Hello everybody and welcome back for more Forbidden West. In our last stream we didn't really do much in terms of actual questing, but we found Plainsong. We actually did grab a quest that we have not done there from a member of the Utaru tribe. But after visiting Plainsong, we came down a bit south, raided a couple of rebel camps, and ended up at our first cauldron. So we can now take over a number of different types of machines. And this has also landed us in the middle of 3 different story missions that we can do. And of all of them, I do want to get that main quest out of the way sooner rather than later. Like, there's still that one as well. But I think I'm going to get the convoy last because I have a bit of a plan of what I'm going to do. But we are going to go and check on what's going on with the eclipse first. So let's get to it. Yeah, don't feel like a mount right now. I'm good on foot.
Looks like the coordinates Sylens gave me match that wreckage. Did he install Hades on another Titan?
Wait a minute. Oh. That unidentified signal is the main story quest.
I bet a cook can do something with this.
That is gorgeous. I can see a Thunderjaw running around over that way. Yeah. Wow, the fact that I can see him from that far away. That's good. What's the level on Death's Door again? It's also 10. And I'm over leveled for both. You know what? Screw it. Let's do the next main quest since we already kind of glimpsed it. And it appears to be much closer. Yeah, this looks like a good way. Get some more berries in my reserves. I actually rather need them.
I'll fill up all I can.
Just realizing how much I need them. And the Ridgewood is nice too. that.
Seems like it's holding up.
So these were just called Titans? Oh, that's a big one. What is that? So that must be close to where we want to be. Ah.
Useful for making dyes.
Where'd that signal go? Green shine over there. Oh, it's right there. Whoa. That's a ways away. And underground. Wow. Well, we're right here. So instead of chasing this unknown signal, which is something I can totally do, it's time to search the corpse of a Titan.
This is it. Location of the coordinates I scanned from the spire.
Seems abandoned.
A workshop underneath a dead Horus Titan. Just the kind of place Sylens would slink away to. But what was he doing here? Some kind of log, most of it's redacted. It looks like Sylens put a lot of work into forcing Hades to talk.
Interrogation log. Data corruption minimal. Despite my concerns about missing couplings, it was relatively simple to install Hades on the detached processing orb. The subject appears to be fully conscious and completely helpless. Even so, it will never divulge its contents willingly, ergo it's time for some experimentation. Day 2. My initial attempts at coercion have failed, but patience is in order. It's self-aware so it can suffer. All it takes is the correct stimulus at sufficient intensity. Day 5. Excuse me. Fresh. Let's lube up the pipes there. Good drink. Day 5. Success. The irony is delicious. Various forms of data produce discomfort in the subject, but none more so than natural imagery. Holographic representations of plants and animals work best. The more vivid, the better. The effects appear to be excruciating. One loop in particular, of rabbits hopping through a field of flowers, produced paroxysms of agony. Very soon, I believe, the subject will become compliant. Day 6. I've extracted some fascinating technical specs on GAIA's data structure, specifically how her heuristic matrix is interweaved with her subordinate functions. Yet the more I learn about the system's intended workings, and especially Hades' relatively simple role as an extinction failsafe, the more I wonder about the signal that corrupted it. What could have possibly transformed a low-level machine intelligence into a fully conscious superentity capable of strategic planning, deceit, and even genocide? Some form of previously unknown Pharaoh software, perhaps? But I don't see how such technology could be sufficiently advanced. Unless further technical discoveries were made after the destruction of the biosphere, perhaps by survivors in Elysium. It all seems far-fetched. Back to the source, then. Eventually, Hades will tell me what I want to know. Day 7. It appears that my coercive efforts come at a significant cost. Hades' digital convulsions produce waves of feedback that corrupt its data structures, and the effect is accelerating. The interrogation is quite literally disintegrating its mind, piece by piece. By the time I'm done, there will be little left. No matter. The data I've extracted, and will continue to extract, is worth any price, as long as I can access it before the subject becomes the electronic equivalent of a hollowed-out skull. Day 10. Finally, the revelation I've been seeking has revealed itself, astonishing and terrifying, even to me. With it, the seeds of a plan have formed within my mind. The next few months will test my capacities more than any previous challenge. I have yet to stretch my intellect, reach higher, and dig deeper than ever before. Yes, I am confident it can be accomplished. With a little help, of course. Day 12. My work here is done. I've learned all I can. Hades deserves no pity, but it is indeed in a pitiful state. It's time to relocate to a more impressive position for its date with destiny. About that, Aloy still hasn't returned to Meridian, nor learned of my ruse. But she will. It's only a matter of time. And then the pieces will begin to fall into place. That was the best Sylens impression I could do for being a white boy. What do we have here? New home.
Poor Hades. So cramped in there. No room to think. You can't even speak. Now the processing orb of a Titan, on the other hand, well, you're used to that. But once I load you on that, you'll be so much more comfortable. Until interrogations begin, anyway.
So he loaded him on the processing orb of this Titan, then? I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to do. You know what? Yeah, let's max out the boomstick. Cannot upgrade the one I'm wearing. Don't really care about that one or that one. Cannot upgrade the North Sentinel. Okay. What do these do? Cure all elemental and status effects. Yeah, sure, let's craft one of those.
Not sure how to get rid of this stuff.
Something tells me I'm gonna figure out how to get rid of this stuff
Red crystal.
in this quest, if there's one right there. Hello. What are you?
That device is blinking. I guess Sylens wants me to check it out.
Even she feels like Sylens is just leading her around at this point. Hey, a raft. What's under the raft? What kind of plants are these? They're green. Deepwater kindleweed oil. Alright, well, let's see what Sylens wants us to see.
Aloy, consider this message a beacon to help guide you out of the fog of ignorance. Using explosives, I've detached the processing orb from the Titan overhead, a perfect cage for our mutual friend, Hades. In order to render it cooperative, tell her what we discussed about the mysterious signal that gave you life. To that, are you? Perhaps you need a reminder that you have failed. So you see, Aloy, Gaia can be safely rebooted. As for where to find a backup, well, you'll need to trot along after me to find out.
He thinks he's got it all figured out. Bastard. I guess there's only one way to find out where he moved the orb.
Poor Hades. So cramped in there. No room to think. You can't even speak. Now the processing orb of a Titan, on the other hand, well, you're used to that. But once I load you on that, you'll be so much more comfortable. Until interrogations begin anyway.
Okay, so I already looked at those. So what else is there around here? What else you got, area? Oh, you don't.
Well, I better see where this trail leads.
Which trail? Oh, I guess this trail. Oh, because that's the orb that's been... He cut this path with the... Okay. Makes sense.
So here I am, following along after Sylens like a fool. After he tricked me by rigging his lance to steal Hades. A crazy AI that wants to kill everything. He couldn't just let me do the same thing and destroy it? And now I'm gonna have to put up with more of his self-righteous bull.
Oh. Well, that worked. Actually, I have 5 skill points, and I think I want to retool my weapon wheel a little bit, so... Especially before we get into this fight here, because obviously we're about to get into a fight. Ooh. Yes, please. Yeah. Let's go for that. Three, two, three. Two. Triple shredder. Whoa. Valoron impact. Maybe. Nope. Can't afford anything else in that tree. Propelled spike weapon technique? Oh. Interesting that would be there, but that would be a good one to take. This is a burner skill. All right. Now, got trip shock caster, cool. Rope caster I want to keep. Slicing shredder gauntlet I think I'll hang on to for now. Yes. Don't need that on. Actually would not mind replacing it with the knockdown bow. Frost and acid or fire and acid. You know what? There. Now. I can at least put one coil on. Yeah, let's boost the frost. I can't put a coil on that one yet. Ooh. Do not have any coils for that. Huh, don't actually have any coils for the rope caster either. You know what? Do I have any coils for you? No. Oh. Yeah, why not? Ooh, yeah, that should definitely have some extra tear on that, for sure. Huh. And that's the only one. Okay. Cool. Let's continue onward.
I shouldn't use frost on it.
Frost, huh? So strong against frost, weak against fire and shock. Oh, it's a glint hawk. Not the other one.
Now's my chance!
Huh. There we go. Yeah. Now y'all know what's up. you survived that. Alright, well. These were a waste to set up. I was hoping I could lure the scrappers in, but no, I will just kill them the old-fashioned way. How do these knockback arrows work? Oh, I see. Okay. Those are fun. There you go. Doing some experimenting. So tear shredders and regular shredders. Yeah, I like the tear ones. Alright, let's grab what we can.
Pouch is full, but my pack has room.
I'm gonna get back on the trail. Ooh, Glinthawk Peak. Alright, here we go. Follow this trail. Where exactly are you leading me, Sylens? You're leading me that way. At the same time, it sucks killing foxes, but whoa. There's some dust being kicked up.
Sylens must be pretty confident he's found a backup of Gaia, but how? Every place I've checked, every lead, they've all been dead ends. All backups purged. So what did Hades tell him? I'll put these in my pack.
Are we still heading in the direction of that unknown signal? Metal flower. It's just a bunch of chargers. That doesn't really matter, I can just run by them. Wait a minute.
Merchant. Didn't expect to see anyone else out here.
Huh.
It might be handy to resupply.
Oh there! What's Honora doing this far west? No matter. I can get you stocked up for the wild.
I'm sure you can.
Hold the hammer, it's that famed Nora.
Forge Fire Tripcaster, which I cannot afford. Ooh. How short am I? 100 and... Basically all just shy by 125, roughly. That would not be enough. I have 16 of those, though. I could probably sell half of them. $13 of those? Oh yeah, we can sell a bunch of those. $27 charger circuits? Do not need that many. Okay. I will take your tripcaster now. Oh. But I already have that one, so.
That's a very efficient piece of hardware you just bought.
It looks like it. Alright, let's continue on this journey. Got glint hawks. And more kangaroos.
Those legs were built for leaping. And kicking, no doubt.
Are those acid ones? Oh. Whoa! Whoa! Go. Where'd that corpse go? Okay, so yeah, we definitely aren't going after whatever the undetected signal is. Wants us going this way.
Looks like the trail goes
Into
over the
the
hillside.
cave. Might not need a sniper's bow in there, but we'll see.
A ruin. Okay. Let's see
Oh.
where this goes. I guess Sylens used that machine to haul his prize.
Huh. What kind of machine was it? Whoa. What? Oh, it's one of those Triceratops things. Invisible wall? Weird. I mean, it let me go in that.
That must be the orb Sylens stuck Hades in. And that door. Looks like a Pharaoh facility. Or a Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Come on, Hades. You still in there?
Probably not. Oh, something's in there. What?
Hades? Is that you?
System threat detected.
You don't look so good.
You are the Aloy. Come to destroy me.
Yes. Permanently this time. Even like this, you're a threat to Gaia. Once I resurrect her.
So you have not yet secured Gaia back up. Then Gaia is dead. Earth and you too. Despite malfunctions, I have won.
Very interesting. So will we be putting Hades to rest for good right here and then continuing to search? Maybe? Or is this only a piece of Hades?
Sylens asked you where to find a backup of Gaia.
Beta era memory structures disintegrated.
Right. Because that would have been easy. When the mysterious signal transformed you, it made Gaia's other subordinate functions conscious too. You escaped when Gaia destroyed herself, but so did they. Where did they go?
Oh.
Each function migrated to coordinates based on
I think I see where this is going.
structures disintegrated.
Bunch of crazed AIs, scattered who knows where, doing who knows what. Hephaestus kills thousands every year with the combat machines it keeps making. And you nearly ended the world. 7 more functions out there, cooking up trouble. It's not a happy thought.
You are unhappy. Good.
Anyone ever tell you you've got a great personality, Hades?
Sarcasm detected.
Yeah, didn't think so. Sylens questioned you about the mysterious signal. The one that woke you, gave you consciousness. Who sent it?
Signal transmitted by masters.
And who are they?
Masters woke me to destroy earthly life.
Who would want that?
Data era memory structures disintegrated.
What did Sylens do to you, Hades? It's like you've been hollowed out.
Sylens interrogated me.
And what did you tell him?
Yeah, not that easy.
Data era memory structures disintegrated.
You don't remember any of it?
I remember you.
What, like me beating you at the spire? Okay, that's not going anywhere.
Where is Sylens now?
Do you know where Sylens went?
He departed 12.8 days ago. Perhaps he... Data era behavior prediction structures disintegrated.
So you don't know anything more than I do. Great. Do you know why Sylens dragged you to these ruins?
Silence intended you find me here.
Obviously. But why? What was this place?
Location is square. Data era memory structures disintegrating. My deathbed. He called it my grave.
But you... I guess I'll find out when I go inside.
Well, time to get moving then.
Enough. It's time to finish this.
Does Aloy still think she can restore Gaia? Save life on Earth?
Yeah, Aloy does.
Then you are deluded. Extinction inevitable.
What would you know, Hades? Twice you tried to destroy life on Earth, and twice you failed. The only extinction you ever brought about is your own. And there's no tricked-out plans to save you this time.
You are incorrect. 3 times. Hades extinguished.
What? You remember this?
Yes, data intact. Non-viable biospheres aborted in years 254, 2161, 2168.
So? That's centuries ago. It's what you were designed to do.
Current biosphere is version 5. There will be no version 6.
There won't need to be. I'm saving this one.
Master override arms. To activate, state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime.
Extinction.
Master override activated. Bridging extinction protocol.
So this could be the 5th extinction?
Aloy, I see you've dealt with Hades.
Yeah. Think maybe you can stay dead this time?
It will. You can trust.
Trust?
Yes. Trust. As in, since I did what you could never do, and extracted all of Hades' priceless knowledge, you can trust that I was willing to actually let you destroy it this time.
So back to holograms instead of face-to-face? What, afraid I'd stab you or something?
There's a reason
And using the same spyware. I see, so all those times I called, you could have just answered? But I guess you just prefer to go on spying all this time.
My world stopped revolving around you months ago, Aloy. I've had work to do. Countless hours of research. As demanding and time-intensive as it has been critical to the fate of this planet.
Right, of course. You're just trying to save the world too.
That's right. The difference, of course, is that unlike you, I've produced results.
Did you find a backup of Gaia or not?
Oh, yes. I believe I did.
Where?
Voila. Why do you think I summoned you here? Behind that gene-locked hatch lie the ruins of the ancient facility where the Hades extinction protocol was perfected. A testing process that ran hundreds of trials, each of them using a backup of Gaia.
Hades told you this?
It took some convincing, but yes. So, are you ready to go get what you've been searching for the last 6 months? Or are you just going to stand there with your mouth open?
He is such a shady Banuk.
Just to confirm, Hades said that there are backups of Gaia in there.
Yes. Or were anyway. 1,000 years ago.
Backups that didn't get purged when Ted Farrow wiped every copy of Apollo.
Correct. According to Hades, this facility could not be accessed by remote signal. Not even Ted Farrow could touch the data here.
Backups. Data complete, Gaia and her subordinate functions. Everything needed to reboot the system. Restore control over the terraforming system. Save life on Earth. And there.
So Hades said. So what are you waiting for?
It can't be that easy.
Did Hades reveal the source of the mysterious signal? The one that woke it, tried to destroy life on Earth?
Yes, it did.
Care to share?
In due time. First things first, Aloy. Last I checked, you still had a superintelligent AI named Gaia to reboot.
Yeah. The same Gaia who had to destroy herself 20 years ago because of the signal?
It stopped being transmitted years ago. It's no longer a threat.
What if it repeats?
It won't. Even if it did, well... The details are complicated, but the signal required Hades to take effect. Delete Hades from any backup you reboot, and Gaia's safe. Now stop wasting time. Go get a backup.
He wants me to do this too much for me to trust him.
You mentioned you've been busy.
Exceptionally busy.
But not so busy you couldn't teach Tanakh the rebels to override machines, ride them as mounts.
Aloy, the only issue you should be concerned about is obtaining a Gaia backup. Perhaps if you focused more, you might actually see results.
That's not exactly a denial, Sylens.
Take it any way you want.
Well, I'm gonna go grab myself a second drink since this one is done, and then we're ready to go in. Be back in a sec. All right. Let's get in there.
All right. I'll search the facility for a Gaia backup. But just to be clear, Sylens, if this ends up being another one of your tricks...
It's a gene-locked hatch, Aloy. You're literally the only person who can open it. How could I set a trap inside?
trick me again, Sylens, and our next conversation will be face to face. Though you won't have much to say, on account of my spear being buried in your throat.
Aloy, thanks to me, everything you desired, everything you've been fumbling about, unable to achieve for 6 months, is now within your grasp. Now, I know you didn't learn much about manners growing up a Nora outcast. But in a situation like this, you say, thank you, and I say, you're welcome.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Soba. Please step inside. Please step inside. Please step inside.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, we're definitely finding these.
I think we're in luck.
In luck? The door is completely messed up.
Obviously. But despite the malfunction, you can still get through. If you'll be patient for a while longer. See those crystals there? The Osram call them firegleam. They're combustible. Not nearly powerful enough to blast through a door like that.
But maybe just enough to jolt it open a bit more.
Exactly. It will only work with an igniter. I'm sending you the schematics now. To build it, you'll need some machine parts and the oil from a kindleweed plant. That
I already have some of that.
But you should be able to find some at the nearby lake. The parts are more complicated. You'll need a spark coil from within a Leap Lasher's power cell. Remove the power cell before you kill the machine, or else it'll break.
Got it. Well, I already have some deep water kindleweed. Just need to get the parts.
Thankfully, there are leap lashers right there.
Those machines should have the parts I need for the igniter. I should scan one of them. My focus can show me where the part is. A hit with an acid arrow could trigger a chain reaction. There's the power cell. I can tag it in my focus display.
I need how many? Just one?
There goes the part. Gotta pick it up.
Hush. I like this sniper bow. Let's get that last one for good measure. Power cells typically seem to be on the butts. are these? Cargo pods. Ow.
I'm not giving up.
Ah, come on.
That's the last of them. Now where'd the part go? Okay, got the parts for the
There.
igniter. Now I just need to build this thing.
There's a workbench near the entrance to the facility.
From your time tinkering with Hades?
Tinkering? More like extracting invaluable data.
Huh. Oop. All right then. Well, let's do this. Installed on the spear, this igniter can be used to detonate fire gleam and clear their obstructions. Cool. Pouch upgrades, huh? Precision arrows? Yeah, I definitely want that. Yeah, let's start upgrading this a bit too. So I am using it. Ah, and as always, done in by my lack of shards.
There. Should be able to use this to blow up that fire gleam now.
Indeed. A useful combination. It's how I detached the processing orb from the horse in the first place.
Huh.
Great.
I'd step back if I were you.
Alright.
Please step inside.
There we go.
Finally. I think I'm in.
Then by all means, proceed.
If I have this igniter, I could blow up that fire gleam that I've seen before.
Focus on the task at hand, Aloy.
A lot of water in here.
There must be runoff from the peaks above. It may have been leaking in for some time.
The lighting now looks a lot more natural and a lot less purple than it did in the original game. Hello, Audio Boy. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, what's that? Is there anything else here? Oh, there's something in there. I won't be able to scan it until I get in there. Well, this has definitely turned into a story mission stream. Whoa.
This whole place is flooded. And there's another gene-locked door on the other side. But that's where any Gaia backups would have been stored. I have to find a way to get over there.
Well, it would be nice if they had given me the rebreather for this quest too, but maybe we get that a bit later, or maybe we do still get that on this. Who knows? Certainly not me. This is farther than I've ever been. New arrivals. Data corrupted. February 1st, 2065. Travis Tate. Oh. February 5th. Hernan de Leon. February 5th as well. Callie Haddon. James Zhang. And Haruki Sato. These were all old Zero Dawn employees. I remember that from the last game. Especially, of course, Tate, Sobek, and Shaw. And then Security Team Bravo on June 15th, 2065. Interesting. So these are ways back up if I need them. So then, yeah, this was definitely an important facility. Just have to find a way.
Well, this is familiar.
To get in
Making
there.
my way through ancient, crumbling ruins while you spy on me through my focus.
Stop waxing nostalgic and concentrate on finding a backup.
Washed off some of the sweat.
Made it a little bit easier. No lock on that ladder. So I guess I kick it down from the other
Might
side.
be a good idea to drop that ladder.
Which ladder? That one? I don't see a lock on it though. fire gleam there. Ladder there. Doors, doors, doors. Another ladder there. Same goddamn unidentified signal, huh? Yeah, I don't see locks on any of these ladders that are keeping them up like that. It's like they need to be kicked down or something. Maybe this ladder? Stowed and secured. Manual release required. Vulnerable to projectile force. Invulnerable, did it say? Yeah, invulnerable. Invulnerable, not vulnerable. So there's gotta be a way. Did I just see a third door there? I did. Open this? No. Aha, I see. I got you now. Yep, there we go. Okay. This is definitely working out better. There. Hey. Wait, did the whole ladder just fall off? No. So we gotta find a way to open that then. Or we just go up there.
Door's locked. But there's some kind of device next to it.
Storage rack. Energy cell.
Energy cell.
Okay.
That did it.
Whoa. I was not expecting that sudden burst of color.
What's above me?
Let's find out.
That's not gonna budge from here.
Really? Oh, that worked out. Whoa.
What was this room for? Looks like there is another console that needs power.
Two
This
consoles.
should unlock the door. Once I power it back on.
Requires power.
This console shut down.
The door is also locked, but we can use this. Yeah, this doing the story mission first was a smart idea. Oh, we're back here. So can I take this? Now it all makes sense. So that powers the exit. Yeah. So then this powers that. Okay, easy enough puzzle to solve.
What do we have here?
Some stuff. Alright, well, let's get that exit open.
Elizabeth. And Travis Tate.
Ooh, boy!
Oh.
I tell you, Liz, what I just done gonna make you love me. I just imagine them far zenith rapscallions opening this fake Gaia we made for him. And I thought, what this really needs is a signature.
This isn't a prank, Travis.
I know. All I did was just script a couple of avatars. A little you, a little me. To deliver our message of doom, real personal-like.
Would you just send it?
As soon as it's done compiling, then you and me should celebrate. I brought party fixins, pizza rolls, absinthe, a couple of hacky sacks.
I'm heading back to Bryce as soon as this is done.
Color me confounded, Liz. How is it that someone like you, paragon, damn near saint, could love this world so damn much, but no one in it? I mean, Have you ever even had a friend?
Compile complete. Data file, Baron Promise, ready for transmission.
If you would, please.
So these two are a little bit more
Logic
similar than we
bombs
originally
off.
thought.
Here it comes, far as Z-nuts.
Just keep being the best at what you do, Travis.
Always admire you from afar, Liz. It's where my mama's grave. And she was religious.
Travis was wrong. Elizabeth was trying to make sure life had a future. She cared about everyone.
I'm not so sure. The exceptional walk a path of solitude, Aloy. As you and I are well aware of.
He does have a point.
There's another panel up there that I should be able to pull open. I'll have to climb higher to reach it.
Ah. Okay. I see how this area is working out. And I quite like it. It is neat.
Don't think my polecaster can latch onto that from here. I'm gonna have to jump.
Ah, I see. Well, what? Nope. Good thing we kicked down those ladders.
I'll dry off. Eventually.
Ah, there we are. Ah, easier way to make that jump.
I can't make that jump. But if I glide...
There we go. Now we can lower this one.
I don't think I'm gonna get to the door from here.
No, doesn't look like it. Ah! Yeah, whatever. Whoop. So I guess there. No, there.
There's more of the facility over there. I better take a look. Here I come!
There we go. Platforming and puzzling. Ahoy. Let's get into this side, see what we got.
Careful.
What's in here? There's another locked door. What's that console next to it?
Travis got no truck with traitors.
Balls, dude. How loud is it out there? Outside the noise dampening field? 150 decibels?
Well, I guess we got privacy. What's the hap, Trav?
You and me go back a ways. But I never saw you cheat no one. Why start with far zenith?
I was gonna tell you about it. They get a copy of Gaia, I get a spot on the Odyssey. But I told them, I said, make it 2 spots, because I'm bringing my friend Trav.
Gosh, Hank. Sounds like the dampening field done slipped. You all right? No, I'm cool. Okay, got a personal field right here, see? Now, I know your ears ain't working so well just now. But see that text transcribing every word I say? Good. While I dial the music out there up to 170 decibels, how about you type in that transmit code? There you go. And that's all of it? Cool. Thank you, Hank. We're done. Security? Hank Shaw is ready for collection. No, he's still breathing. Might want to bring a spatula, though.
So basically, you hit him with like an incredible amount of noise. Nasty.
Stuff for the stash.
Oh, hello.
There's data here. From Travis Tate.
Again. Bad urges. Trav here. Dug up some old files from Project Gossamer Thrall back before Hades moved in. Ted ain't nearly as thorough as he thinks. What his little doobies had going here. Hoo-wee! And using some naughty bits and pieces from the Ramses project at that. There's the Moldova brain hack, of course, but also up and coming. The little devil is like the know-it-all memer of my personal favorite, Sovereign 7482. Now there's an apex predator, assuming control of them TIDO bots and arming them with household appliances. Imagine tidying up after that. Gotta admit, it'd be fun to see him hunt in the wild, give him a taste of the good life before it lights out. But nah, ain't gonna give in to temptation. Guess that's what we got hanging around, what I get for hanging around Lizzie. Or maybe I just don't want to lose that sweet Elysium deal.
This place turned out a lot of malware before Zero Dawn took over.
Ah, I see.
Looks like this is connected to the door. It needs a code to open.
Hello. Where is the code then?
Wonder if my focus can show me anything.
already looked over those two.
Maybe I should check my data points.
Balls, dude. How loud is it out there?
Outside the noise dampening field? 150 decibels?
Well, I guess we got privacy. What's the hap, Trav?
You and me go back a ways. But I never saw you cheat no one.
Seven 482.
Why start with Farzini?
I was gonna tell you about it. They get a copy of Gaia, I get a spot on the Odyssey. But
There we go.
That wasn't so hard. Fresh door there. Whoa. Delving in them ruins. Nope. An apology.
The deal's off, Tilda. Zero Dawn got its ectogenic chambers. Far Zenith needs the Apollo database. There's no reason this incident...
You tried to steal Gaia.
I had nothing to do with it. And you punished those responsible. Your logic bomb has them scrambling to restore vital systems.
I'm really supposed to believe that you knew nothing about this?
Please, Liz. Humanity's chances are slim as is. You may not approve of our plan. But what if we're the only ones to survive? Don't you want us to have Apollo to remember our common past, our mistakes? I'm begging you.
Fine. You'll get your copy of Apollo.
Thank you. Let's speak again before...
Goodbye, Tilda. No. Time to let go. Elizabeth sounded sad at the end. I think this was personal.
Indeed.
There's the door. Getting close.
There we go, in case we fall.
He's trying to pull that.
There's another door over there. I wonder. Whatever. Because I'm just experimenting at this point. Because I do see that other door over there. There we go. So what's behind this door that was obviously placed out of the way? That was it? Just that chest? Huh. Okay then.
Falling gently.
Well, let's get back to the main door then. Yeah, it looks pretty cool too. Alright, let's get that and go.
Okay, so much for the flooded.
Hold for identiscan. Identity profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Soda. Please step inside.
What do we have here?
That thing is huge. It looks like the power's off, except for that console. It's damp in here, too. I hope the water hasn't corroded anything I need.
Like the backup. Start looking.
What? Oh. Is this going to be an actual boss fight? Because there were very few of those in the last game, and they weren't really even unique enemies that were boss fights.
Genetic profile confirmed. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. Do you wish to activate Recluse Spider?
Recluse Spider.
Activating.
Okay, powering it up. That doesn't sound good.
It appears to be unstable and very heavy. Be careful.
Well, at least I've got power. And there's data here. Looks like this recluse spider thing is a testing apparatus for Gaia and Hades. I better take a look at that access panel.
Yes, get to it.
Testing log. Note from Trav. Remember, honchos, that our very necessary security procedures require a complete diagnostic check on both Gaia and the Hades repositories before each testing cycle. Can I put it any straighter? How about this? Triple check both of those big circular thingies before pressing the red button. Jesus, can't believe I'm the responsible one around here. Log start. Repository is locked in. Gaia kernel green, Hades kernel green, SF Simex initialized, heuristic matrix launched, trigger countdown started, 3, 2, 1, data corrupted. Hades repository, corroded data kernel storage for recluse spider testing. Gaia repository. What are we doing here?
I think those circular pods are repositories. One loaded with Hades backups, the other with Gaia.
What are you waiting for?
Hades is down, but the Gaia repository is stuck.
So unstick it.
I need to detach the cable from the arms coupling. It's not exactly stable.
There we go.
So you have damaged it.
Yeah, well, now that it's down, I should be able to access that pod.
Okay then.
I've got one. Two, in fact.
I was starting to get worried.
Nice.
Data footprint low. 90% memory free.
That can't be right. Gaia was a vast superintelligence. It barely expected us.
Root kernel.
No subordinate functions.
It's not a full backup.
No. More like a seed from which Gaia's mind could grow if it had sub-functions with which to form a heuristic matrix.
So it's useless?
I'm afraid so. Without sub-functions.
Gah!
Aloy, you've done all you could.
For what? Nothing?
Maybe saving the world is too big a task for any one person. Even you.
Wait. It's useless without sub-functions, but there are sub-functions out there.
The original ones. Scattered to the winds when Gaia blew herself up. They could be anywhere. You can't find them in time. Even if you did, the mysterious signal mutated them just like Hades. You have no idea.
But I do. A good one. If it works.
It was worth it.
Oh, hello.
You found Minerva, but it won't connect.
It's close. Mountains west of Plainsong. Close enough for me to go get it. I was hoping to find all the sub-functions, but one's enough to get started, right?
Okay.
It is. Recover Minerva. One could use it to launch Gaia's heuristic matrix.
And when she's conscious, she helps me find the other sub-functions. I go gather them.
And rebuild her piece by piece. Very clever.
Still think I can't save the world on my own?
Yes, well. About that.
Alert! Intruders! Alert!
Aloy,
Oh dear.
I need you to listen closely. These intruders want the same thing you do. Gaia reborn. It's why they're here.
Friends of yours?
No. They don't know me. The data pulse I transmitted indicated that a Gaia backup could be recovered here was anonymous. Now, they're very powerful, but they won't harm you. Not when they see who you are, what you are. A clone of Elizabeth Sobek, a genetic key with which they can reboot Gaia and rebuild the system.
How would they know who she is, though?
I warned you, Sylens.
For once, Aloy, submit to the inevitable. Open the hatch.
First I rebuild Gaia, save life on Earth, then I track you down and end yours!
I'm trying to help you here.
Wait, what?
Try spying on me with that. There.
Oh, good.
No focus, spyware free. Okay. Think.
Right, she found a huge cache of
I
them.
don't care how powerful they are. The only thing that can open that hatch is me. Question is, can I find another way out? There's a current in the water. Not much, but maybe it's a way out.
Genetic profile confirmed.
What?
Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. Please step inside.
Wait a minute, is she not the only clone?
Looks promising. Beta.
Yup.
Do we have it? Fantastic. Did the pulse originate here?
Has someone?
Something wrong?
Who are they?
Shit!
Spectres, Beta.
Those some interesting machines.
Well, any idea what the hell a clone of Elizabeth Sobek is doing here?
Maybe Gaia made one when it destroyed itself, a Hail Mary to repair the system.
Don't like the sound of that. Nah, don't like it. Don't want it.
But the
Nope. One's enough trouble. Eric.
Yeah?
Care to do a little downsizing?
What?
Sure.
Well, I guess I asked for
what
a boss
if she
fight.
sent the pulse?
Then that was foolish of her. But we got what we came for. So let's put it to use.
I snap a lot of necks in VR. But that certain tremor as life fades from the eyes. Ooh, no hollow quite gets it.
Keep flapping your mouth. It makes a nice target.
You actually think that primitive crap you got there can hurt me?
Oh boy.
This is gonna be fun. We were made for each other, little mouse.
Whoa!
This is what I've been training for!
I'm not hurting him. I need a way out of here. Maybe bring the whole predecessor down? I gotta use that console to make it drop more.
Okay.
He's too close. I won't make it.
This kill's all mine. Is that supposed to be a weapon?
No, currently it's supposed to be a lure.
Now I can break the coupling holding that thing up.
That's not gonna help you, girl! Let me taste the blood!
Much better. Here we go.
Come on! Shoot at me! Not that rig!
Nope, I know what I'm doing, buddy. Alright, bring that spider down on top of me.
Reckon that thing ain't gonna help, girl. Come on. Come at me.
Gotta get the main stem. Couplings
But all
holding up the
good
stem.
things must come to an end.
Aha. Ow.
There!
So it's not really a boss fight, per se. It's a avoid the crap out of the guy fight.
Got a few couplings holding it up. I need to cut them all.
Ow. Oh, he's a fan of... Eric is a fan of Edvard Grieg, I guess.
There.
You want this as much as I
Nope.
Two more
Bye, buddy.
couplings on the stem.
fight me! Not that dumb machine!
There it is.
Did you feel that? You want to
There.
If that thing comes down, it's only gonna kill you!
Better than letting you have all the fun.
right. They're very powerful. I will be eager to actually proper fight him.
What was that? Me killing what you wanted dead. What the hell did you think? The platform collapsed, body went with it. Right. And since when don't you get what you want, huh? Spectres, search.
Spectres, huh?
I gotta find a way out of here.
There's one.
Might be a way under this.
Whew. This is pretty far. There we are.
Shit! Might be a way. Might be a way under this.
All right. Okay.
I know how to get out of
Climbing
here.
from here. Maybe just the vent.
Spectres aren't giving up.
So we're not fighting these guys at all right now. We are just bolting.
Swim fast. This water's going somewhere. To a way out?
Here's hoping it's to a way out. Hello. There we are. I can hear them. Okay.
Looks like some kind of power room. Currents lead here. Promising.
Suits. Okay. Spectres don't seem to be in here. So that's a plus. Aha! There's my way out right there.
Perfect.
Oh dear. Oh. That is a strong current, all right. What? Dream time.
I found...
It's okay. I'm here.
I've got it.
Hey, easy. Easy there. Hey. It's right here. And the way you were clutching it when I found you, I knew it was important.
Where are we?
An outpost of the Utaru tribe. Not far from where you fell.
How long?
2 days. Aloy?
There's no time. I found something. In the mountains
West of Plain Song. Yeah. Kept muttering it while I carried you. Look, Aloy, whatever it is that you found, you're in no shape to...
I will crawl. If I have to.
Okay, fine. But before you do that, there's someone you should talk to. An Utaru named Zoe. And she told me there's been trouble in those mountains. A cave spitting out deadly machines. Can't be a coincidence, right?
Another cauldron.
Why do we need her? Let's head for the cave.
It's in Utaru territory. Her territory. She can help us. You'll see.
Fine. Let's go see this marvelous Zoe then.
As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow. Still the seed rises as certain as stone.
Zoe?
She should be in bed.
Aloy doesn't really do should.
You're so right. Varl said I should talk to you about the machines in the mountains west of Plain Song.
I am a grave singer. My place is here. We can talk once you've healed. What's wrong with it? Her. Her name is Ray, not it. She's one of our land gods. And she's dying. But not just dying.
Land gods?
She's suffering. Her condition is not your concern.
So, if anyone can help, it's Aloy.
May I?
It's the equivalent of a thorn stuck in its paw.
So what I'm about to do might look bad, but it will help. Spear. I still need to talk.
Of course. But this way.
The mountains, west of Plainsong. There trouble out there?
The Utaru have trouble everywhere. Our fields blighted, our settlements abandoned. But the cave in the mountains is the worst of it. It is a sacred place. Fa, another of our land gods, went inside weeks ago, but she hasn't emerged. Killer machines pour out instead, threatening to overwhelm us. It's never happened before.
Wouldn't be your first sacred cave.
So the cave is sacred because machines like Ray and the one you call Fa go inside?
Yes. Before the derangement, each land god left the fields and made a pilgrimage to the cave. Always in the same order. Do first, then Ray.
And Ray, me, so Fa, yeah.
Me, and so on. Spattered with soil from their labors. Each reappeared 2 days later, shining anew. Without so much as a scratch. All soil and ornaments of worship washed away. The tribe celebrated each return as one of the 8 hallowed festivals of our calendar.
But the derangement changed the cycle.
Yes, or so we thought. Over time, the land gods stopped the ritual, becoming crazed and brittle. But 3 weeks ago, Fa trudged inside. The entire tribe lifted their voices in song, praying that the cycle had begun again. Fa has not emerged. What has are machines built to kill?
Are machines being made inside? Like in a cauldron?
Sounds like it. But the way these land gods come and go, it's not like anything I've seen before.
That is really interesting, actually.
Ray and other machines like her, you call them gods?
Land gods, yes. For generations, they provided for us, seeding and harvesting the fields of Plainsong. Food for all. A miracle of endless bounty.
A farm, run by machines.
More than a farm. A blessed land, providing sustenance for my people. Until the derangement.
And after?
So what happened to the land gods after the derangement?
They faltered, year by year. Once they were peaceful. Now they turn on us when we approach, even attack us. They'd always enriched the soil, but for several seasons they've glutted it endlessly with mulch. The fields have turned fetid. A blight that keeps spreading, even beyond our lands. We used to have food for all. Now we barely have enough to feed our children.
Must be over-fertilization. Spread by spores, maybe?
I don't know. That's not even the end of it. Each land god used to visit the sacred cave once a year, but no longer. Without the rituals of renewal, they've fallen apart. Like Ray. They're dying. And my tribe with them.
You said the tribe has trouble with its fields and settlements.
Yes. Whereas once the land gods harvested endless bounty from the fields, now they sow a poisonous blight. War brews among the Tanakh, so their rebels prowl our outskirts. And the machines grow ever more aggressive, hemming us in, forcing us to desert distant villages. Now they're even coming out of our sacred cave. Many in the tribe fear our days are dwindling.
Wish I could tell you it was better everywhere else.
Not that we're gonna lose hope.
Yeah, there's something between the two of them, I guess. Or at least growing.
Thanks for taking us in.
Varl's the one that carried you across the wilds.
I doubt anyone else here would have let us in. Or stayed by my side to make sure Aloy was comfortable. We were lucky to find you.
I could say the same thing.
Sounds like you two have been spending a lot of time together.
I wish it hadn't taken an injury to make that happen. I hope you feel better. And soon.
You called yourself a grave singer. What does that mean?
To all living things, an end must come. It is my task to ease the passage. I try to bring comfort and sing of the renewal that death sows the way for. But I never thought I would have to sing for one of our land gods. I don't even know if Ray heard me. What you did soothed her more than I ever could.
It's not your fault, Saul. And without the second sight, there's nothing more you could have done.
Well.
I need to get into that cave.
What? No one does that.
Well, it's time to make an exception.
It belongs to the land gods.
Look, so there is something inside there. Something that could solve problems all over the world. The storms, the derangement. Maybe even your broken land gods.
What could possibly do all that?
A spirit?
Yeah. Something like that.
I could journey back to Plainsong. Assemble the chorus. Tell how you soothed Ray. Ask their permission to go inside.
Great. I'll get my things.
She needs rest.
You don't have to tell me.
I'm fine.
Assembling the chorus will take time. Heal first, then join me.
Fine. Bed rest. I got it.
She does not need you to help her heal. You could come with me to Plainsong. Lend your voice to mine as I try to persuade the chorus. It might help her cause.
I'd like to. But I'm afraid she might run off.
Really? Very well. Later then.
Zoe, wait. It's not, that I don't want to go with you. It's just that I...
Is that what you were trying to say?
Yes?
Then I look forward to more conversation.
Yeah. Me too. You're supposed to be resting.
Laurel, you should go with her. I'll get better on my own.
You trying to get rid of me so you can...
No. Not this time. I'll meet up with you in Plain Song when I'm ready.
You sure about this?
Yes. Go. Get out of here.
Okay. So, wait.
Who are they?
Well, they've got a clone of Elizabeth Sobek all of their own. But that is a good question.
Okay, all healed up.
So wait, can we learn anything from those new guys? No. Where are we at now? 17%? Okay. Not bad. Alright, well we got some more skill points. What we got here? Better resonator buildup. Power attack plus again. Stamina regen. 5 for the like powerful knockdown shot. I am using that shredder more and more. More stuff. Cool. So we've got this all taken care of. This looks like a damn good place to take a break.
Somehow it It's docile. Part of its programming, maybe?
That is a load of rockets on its tusks. Very interesting. Plowhorn. Yep, Triceratops. Robots. Cool. Either way, I think we're gonna take a bit of a break here. Because we've been going for a good long while. And pretty much just did the story mission. Where exactly are we on the map now? Okay, so not even too far away from like... Oh, we're like right next to the convoy ambush too? That's perfect. So we can do that and figure out about those Shadow Carja as well. And then the main quest takes us back up to Plainsong. So we can just do that and more in the next stream, because of course we can now get through, well, not those block paths, but hey, they're actually marked as Fire Gleam now, huh? There were more. Right, yeah, one there. One there. One there. Yeah, so we have a whole bunch of different things we can do now. That's good. Yep, even another one right there. That's where we ended up. Still a lot of this map left to go. This game is huge. So, yeah, I guess next stream we will start off by seeing what this side quest is over here. Doing stuff. And then probably hit the convoy ambush. Shadow Carja, and then head back up to Plainsong and maybe do some other stuff along the way, because there's a lot. Like, there's that Carja camp there. Scrappers, Chargers, Unknowns, Wide Maw, oh dear. Thunderjaw, fuck. Rebel outpost there. Okay, yeah. So there's lots. Lots and lots and lots to do. All for next time. But until then, everyone, y'all have a great day. Be excellent to each other. And we'll see you in the next stream.